what did he say? I like how you do not use an uwu voice. I'm not going to tangent on this too much. Vast majority of VTubers, when they speak, they just sound like that. They're not using an uwu voice. I have so many female friends that have higher pitched voices naturally that when they go anywhere, they get fucking shit on by every dude around them. Oh, you sound like a baby. Oh, you sound like a mim when they're just talking. Don't ever say that. It's just their voice. Those women exist in the real world. The difference is that they're using a VTuber model. They're not doing a voice, okay? And if you keep saying like VTubers do that, then you should go outside and talk to more women, and you'll learn that plenty of them have that same voice. Just close your eyes. When a woman is talking, close your eyes. Okay, and imagine an anime girl on the screen moving around talking. There's gonna be a good chunk of them where you'd be like, oh, her voice is pretty high-pitched. Right? That's just how it is. That's how it is. Yeah, people still think Lily's faking her voice. Dude, she always got the worst of it. She just sounds like that, dude. She just does. Mouse is a great example. She just sounds like that. When she's doing bits, sometimes she tries to project her voice more, and it comes out a little higher pitched, or like a little funnier, because she's doing a bit. That's just her doing a bit. You know what I mean? That's really all it is. That's all it is. Not everyone's snuffy. Dude, her and some other people thought they had to do uwu voices to like be liked as a VTuber, and then they quickly realized they didn't, so they dropped it, and then people didn't do it anymore. They were just like, oh, it's not worth it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sometimes your voice jumps an octave when you're trying to talk faster than you're thinking. Yeah, I mean, when I raise my voice, I'm yelling at someone in a game. The pitch that I'm speaking at is very different. And it's just, you know, it's just how it is. People don't all speak in a completely monotone, like, the whole time. Some kind of do, but most don't. Last time I heard a high-pitched woman in the wild was 2018. I still thought, how are you two Jamesons to picklebacks in? Brother, go outside more. I promise they're there. I promise they're real. Actually, you know what I've seen in a lot of chats too? A lot of my friends don't have voices that are actually that high-pitched. They're really just on the higher end of medium. They really don't sound that high up. But people will still come into their chat and be like, your voice is so high-pitched. And I'll listen to them and I'll be like, no, in the grand scheme of things, they're really not. So I think people's perceptions of what is high-pitched too, it's different person to person, and some people, you know, maybe more people in their family have lower-pitched voices, maybe more people that they grew up around had lower-pitched voices. They just don't know that many people to hear full range. I guess that's part of it, I don't know. Yeah, frame of reference, exactly. So, you know, maybe that's like a thing. I don't know. Yeah, it makes me think that you just don't know a lot of women, though. And you don't have to know women in a romantic way. Just, like, family members, coworkers, people outside, right? Your neighbors, etc., etc. It can also be the mic. Yeah, it sounds a little tinny or a little thin. When I start raising my voice, it gets really thin. Really, really, really thin. I cannot raise my voice and project and keep a lot of, you know, a lot of oomph in there. It just doesn't happen. It thins out. So, you know, I get it. I get it. I like this point. Dolphin said, I think a lot of people see a VTuber model affects their perception of a person's pitch because the brain associates anime voice with anime model in their head, causing them to perceive it as higher than it is. Or I think it's more so that the faces tend to look a little more youthful, right? Like in an anime style, you don't draw eyes proportional to the head the way they are in real life. They tend to just be bigger. And your brain sees that and thinks younger, even though that's not the intent behind the drawing. It's just stylized. But because your brain thinks that and then you hear the voice out of it, you just perceive it that way, right? Look at my last two models, right? Each one stepping backwards was smaller than the last one. And the perception of me, the way people would talk to me, like random newer chatters would come in and the way they would talk to me, even though my voice has always been the same, was completely different based off of what model they were seeing. I could have the same rant looking like this and the same rant looking the way I did before a year ago, same rant like 4 years ago, and people would perceive it differently because of the visual. It's 100% a thing, 100% a thing. So the right way to do it is when someone's streaming and you're trying to be like, does their voice sound high-pitched to me? Just close your eyes, don't look at the screen, right? Just close your eyes and just imagine like a normal woman sitting at a desk talking, and there you go. There you go. How do you prefer to be perceived? I I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Like a normal person. I just don't want people to be fucking weirdos toward me. That's all. That's really all I care about. I have a cousin who is incredibly tall. He's like nearly 7 feet tall. He's freakishly tall. Huge dude. Speaks with a pretty low voice. If he's like, oh my god, that's so exciting, he just is louder, and people are like, stop it, and they like freak out when he's just like, oh my god, I love that movie, you know? And I feel so bad for him.